What's up guys, it's Nova here. So this is the second video of going through things that I bought from my retro game collector heaven. So if you haven't seen that first video, I'll link it down below here. And well, what else? Nothing much, I guess. So let's continue and see what's in the bottom of the box. Right, some Nintendo things, Nintendo 3DS things. Chibi-robo Zip Lash. This seemed like a interesting game. Oh, and I think this was originally sold with the amiibo. Maybe separately too, but I'm not sure. It's also compatible with the 2DS, which is really nice. So judging by the cover, this is really damn cute. It's a action platformer, swing into action. Can you see? Swing into action with your chibi plug and help chibi-robo save the world. So the cover has many different languages. So this is just the U version. 2015 it says here. Suitable for children too, which is great. Inside there's a small catalog of things. A Nintendo 2DS, new Nintendo 3DS Compact and Light, new Nintendo 3DS XL. And inside there's a little catalog of games. And then it's just electronic manuals. Something. And the rest is just basic things from Nintendo that's stuff in many of these cases. But Chibi-robo, this wasn't very expensive. Let's see, €6, so it's around the same price range that this would have been in Finland too, so yeah, that's okay. And then Nintendo 3DS, so yeah, this, I guess this only fits the 3DS, the original 3DS console. Mario Kart 7 Wheel by Hori. And ew, this was something like maybe €5. This was at a clearance, so I thought, why not? I don't have many of these cool additional wheel things for my console, so why not? Oh, so we get just a basic manual. What's in here? Instruction sheet. This is very instructional. Strap. So this is a wrist strap that looks very wrist strappy. One wheel, and then front and back, and where the buttons are. And how you put that thing in. There we go. And then I realized I don't have Mario Kart 7, the actual game, but I'll buy it. I'll find it. Well, let's try this out anyway. So how it's set up in here. Oh, so if you wanted to put this strap here, then it goes in this corner right here. It goes through, and then it goes through here, I guess. And then you would take the console and wait. Place the Nintendo 3DS system in on the compartment as shown. So first in the back, and then you push it down the front. Wait, is that right? And then you really have to push it to secure it. And there are shoulder buttons. Can you hear them? Clicky, but strangely soft. I kind of like these. I mean, in Mario Kart, they would work, but not in any other game, I think. They don't really require that much force to push, so they're kind of okay, and they get better the more you push them. I think the weight is good. The thing itself is it's pretty light and feels good this way. And then my thumb still reach the buttons. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. At least not bad. And then you remove it by lifting from the front like this. And it says do not lift from the back, because then things get fucked up. I think that's because these straight are just pushing through these things, and these shoulder buttons here. I always found these too small, so this kind of feel better to push. There's more under my fingers to push. So yeah, that's it. I think that's really all there is to see in here. Oh boy, some Sony PlayStation stuff. Let's start with this one. PSP Ridge Racer 2. And if you have watched any of my videos, you may have noticed that I have kind of a soft spot for Ridge Racer series. So this was also something like, let's see, yep, €3. So that's a very decent price. I've been really trying to find some PSP games because I joined this party pretty late. I got my first PSP console from flea market. It maybe was something like 5 years ago or so. And I didn't really go looking for any games. When I got it, I just played those games that I had. So I'm thinking that now it's a good time to find these used games when they are not that expensive. So the UMD disc is in, yeah, you know, the case is of course a little scratchy, but the insides are just fine. And the manual is in German, but the game is in English, so it doesn't really matter. It's a very simple manual, but understandable enough. So a nice find for a cheap price, I think. Let's continue with the PlayStation 1 games. Anna Kournikova's Smash Court Tennis Vanilla series. Yeah, it's also something that I want to find. It has the manual. The manual is in Deutsch, in German. But again, still pretty easy to understand. The pictures in here are pretty clear and easy to understand. So, oh, Damen. Kournikova, Davies, Summers, Celine and Taylor. And then the male characters are Peters, Michaels, Dan, Lynn, Pierce and Diaz. Yeah. That looks pretty cool. Crystal case. Crystal clear. The disc has some scratches, but I think these kind of appear worse on camera than what they are in real life. I guess it's, you know, a good vibe, and it's completely playable. So there's that, and then there's something weird. Tunguska, A Legend of Faith. And Tunguska, if you haven't heard about it, that was, I think it happened in 1908 or something. I think it was a meteor or something like that. You know, a huge ball of fire appeared in the sky when something fell in this Tunguska river, and people who saw that, I think it was like seen on a very large area. This happened in Russia, so there are not really that much recordings of that event, but something weird happened. Probably a meteor happened, but still. And that really scared some people who were witnessing that great ball of fire in the sky. So this game is based on that event, and this was made by some Russian and Polish studios or studio, I'm not sure. I don't know how how many developers there were, but you know, that's a Russian-Polish cooperation in that matter, and then the publisher of this game was from Germany, and that's probably why this whole case is in German. But the thing is, Tunguska got some really bad reviews. It was reviewed as a bad game overall, and that's why it was, first of all, pretty cheap. Let's see, €3, and it was also pretty interesting because of that. One thing is that I haven't seen that many PlayStation 1 games coming from Russian developers, so that's pretty strange. That's kind of weird weird thing to see. And then when I saw the reviews, this kind of interested me even more, just because this is a bad game with bad controls and bad everything. I don't know what kind of masochism that is, to be interested in games that are bad, but I just kind of wanted to get this one and see how bad it is. This is in great shape. This haven't been played maybe at all, because this is in such a nice shape, the whole thing. Let's go with Disney Sing It. This is in German too, compatible with SingStar, Hannah Montana and Camp Rock music. This has clearly been the family favorite. There's so many scratches and fingerprints in there. That's okay. Then the manual. Ooh, what's in here? Disney video games. .de. High School Musical version of this thing. Then the Hannah Montana and Disney Princess. What's that? You get to... Is this like a paper doll type of game? Yeah, I guess it is. That's interesting. If I see this one sold anywhere, I think I'll buy it. So, yep. All the instructions are here, how you plug in the microphone and how you start the game. Nothing, just nothing unusual here. It should be pretty simple. And then Sing It Pop Hits. So these are the same series. Sing It. I think I didn't have anything of this Disney Sing It games earlier. I'm not sure how many of these there are, but let's see. Colby Kylat. I have never heard of that name. Coldplay, Demi Lovato, Duffy, Hannah Montana, High School Musical, a couple of those. Jason McCartney, Jonas Brothers, Miley Cyrus, One Republic, Steve Rushton, Taylor Swift, and Vanessa Hudgens. Yeah, this could be cool. I'm guessing this disc might be in good shape. Let's see. Yeah, well, it's okay. It's not too bad. Some scratches, but nothing too deep. And the manual, is it shorter actually? Yeah, it's a little bit short. Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to use these games. They're not that challenging to navigate through. Okay, we still have a few minutes left on this memory card. So this is Soul Calibur 2 for PlayStation 2. I really want to get this one because I have the Soul Calibur, the first one, for Dreamcast, Sega Dreamcast, and you know, I kind of felt natural to get the second one, although this is not for Dreamcast though, but it doesn't really matter. Here's the back cover. This looks very similar to the first game. So as you can see, there's no manual. This game was pretty cheap, €3, so that is really something to be expected to not have the manual, although I knew there was no manual when I bought this one, but still. There are some scratches in this disc, but in real life this doesn't really seem that bad, but we'll see. Anyway, it's a nice thing to have, and like I said, it wasn't too expensive, so if it doesn't work for some reason, I think the disc could still be fixed, and otherwise the cover is in a nice shape, so if a manual and a new disc somehow come along, at least have a pretty cover for those. And yeah, that's that. Then Sega Superstars. This was a nice find. This for iToy camera. This basically has all kinds of Sega's classic characters, and what this game does, it turns these classic characters and classic games into these sort of mini games played with iToy, and I think that's a neat idea. And the cover is in, there are some scratches, but who cares? Not me, at least. I'd say this is in a good shape. The disc, this by the way, pretty cool. Blue disc. I guess this is a CD-ROM. There's some scratches on the side, but this was listed as, that it works, so that's fine. And what do we have here? Oh, I guess, yeah. This is a catalog. Or, wait, yeah, this is a catalog. Sega Superstars, Headhunter Redemption, Sonic Heroes, Worms Forts Under Siege. Ooh, that's cool. Blood Will Tell. That's Guilty Gear Isuka. Spy Fiction. Many of these titles are something that I have never heard of, but back catalog. Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution, Samurai Jack The Shadow of Aku, Puyo Pop Fever, Worms 3D. I have that one for GameCube. And Nightshade and Seven Samurai. That's cool. What else? This smells like a storage with some mold. Oh, but it is what it is. The instructions are quite clear. It's too bad that this is just black, white, grey, and this is not all color printed, because this is pretty cool. I like the pictures. But this was a nice surprise to find. I'm really happy. And then the last one, the mystery thing, ping pong. It's a naughty ping pong game with a dirty disc, but that still should work. And the instructions are very crusty, but that's because there's some water damage in here. But this was also really cheap. It has some girls playing ping pong with a very little clothing. As you can see, sexy ping pong. I couldn't resist when I saw this one. This is so funny. None of the clothes come off, I think. Oh, there's one dirty grandpa in there. But yeah, this is interesting. Some game footage coming out if I can get this to work. But this was also kind of a fun find. Okay, so my camera battery died before I could really film an outro. So phone footage, I'm so sorry, but that's what we have now. So that was everything I bought from Retro Game Collector Heaven. My experiences were pretty good. Everything was as described on their webshop, and I'm really happy with my purchases. Maybe check that out if you're interested. So thank you so much for watching this video. We're back with something else next time. Bye!